Most roofs, don't actually fail because of storms, age, or even poor materials. Surprisingly, it's their inability to dry themselves that leads to trouble. Across centuries of surviving structures, from medieval halls to Viking longhouses and alpine farmsteads, one pattern appears again and again. Roofs that lasted did not rely on perfect waterproofing. Instead, they relied on continuous drying. These days, modern roofs are designed to block water at all costs. Yet, when even a small amount of moisture enters, it becomes trapped. That trapped moisture quietly destroys rafters, decking and fasteners long before leaks appear indoors. The forgotten trick that prevented this for thousands of years was deliberate ventilation space built directly into the roof structure. Historical evidence shows, that ventilation actually outperforms chemical protection. Applying this forgotten trick today does not require abandoning modern materials. The principle can be implemented in any roof. A clear ventilation channel must run uninterrupted from eave to ridge. This means, installing spacers or battens to create airflow beneath roofing materials. Insulation must never block this channel. Ridge vents must actually vent, not simply exist as decorative features. At the eaves, air intake openings must be protected from pests while remaining unobstructed. These steps, in effect, recreate the ancient drying mechanism using modern components. Roof shape and detailing must support the drying process. Ancient builders avoided complex valleys and dead-end cavities where air just couldn't circulate. Modern roofs, on the other hand, often introduce these sealed pockets where moisture becomes trapped. So, when adapting the forgotten trick, it's best to simplify roof geometry where possible. And make sure every enclosed space has an airflow path. Even small changes, such as vented overhangs or raised battens beneath metal roofing, can dramatically improve drying performance. Climate awareness guided ancient roof design, and honestly, it should guide yours too. In cold climates, ancient roofs emphasized ventilation to prevent ice buildup and condensation. In wet climates, they emphasized rapid drying after rain. Now, modern one-size-fits-all roof assemblies tend to ignore this regional knowledge. Applying the forgotten trick means tailoring ventilation size and airflow rate to local conditions. Cold regions need continuous airflow to remove vapor, while humid regions need increased air exchange to dry materials after rainfall. Maintenance was integrated into roof longevity rather than postponed. Ancient roofs were easy to inspect. Gaps allowed builders to see moisture patterns and address issues early. Modern roofs, by contrast, hide problems behind sealed layers. So, when restoring ventilation, it's important to design access points that allow inspection. Seasonal checks ensure airflow remains unobstructed, and this really helps prevent minor issues from becoming structural failures. The reason this trick was forgotten is not complexity, but economics. Ventilation gaps require precision, space, and, long-term thinking. They do not photograph well for marketing materials. They do not offer quick installation times, yet they quietly outperform expensive membranes and coatings. Ancient builders valued longevity because replacement was costly. Modern construction often assumes replacement as inevitable. Relearning this trick challenges that assumption. Most roof failures are preventable because moisture damage is preventable. When roofs are allowed to dry, wood remains strong, fasteners last longer, and insulation performs better. The forgotten trick of continuous ventilation transforms roofs from fragile barriers into resilient systems. It worked for centuries before modern technology, and it still works now. If you value the hard-earned knowledge that kept historic structures standing through centuries of storms and winters, subscribe to Echoes of Valor. Share this with fellow builders and history enthusiasts and help keep these proven techniques alive for the future.